A new survey finds being frugal is on trend, and unemployment fears have hit the worst levels since COVID. Jane King is at the New York Stock Exchange with those stories and more in today's Morning Business Reports.
Good morning. Consumer worries grew over inflation, unemployment, and the stock market as global trade war heated up in March. That's according to a New York Fed survey. The probability that the unemployment rate would be higher a year from now surged to 44%, and that is the highest level going back to the early COVID pandemic days of April 2020. Respondents were also negative about the stock market. Well, this morning, the U.S. announced a probe into chip electronics imports, paving the way for new tariffs. A group of small businesses, meanwhile, sued President Trump, seeking to block the tariffs that he has implemented on foreign imports in recent weeks. The lawsuit in the U.S. Court of International Trade alleges that Trump has illegally usurped Congress's power to levy tariffs. The Liberty Justice Center noted that the Trump administration imposed tariffs even on countries with which the U.S. does not have a trade deficit. The White House had no comment. Stocks rose on the tech company tariff exemptions. Auto stocks also were higher as President Trump said he wanted to help them but didn't give details. Well, meanwhile, the U.S. dollar slumped to a 6-month low, and currency traders are projecting further deterioration. Bloomberg reports the dollar and U.S. Treasuries are traditionally seen as safe havens in times of turmoil, but the trade war is sparking fears that global investors are shunning U.S. assets. A weaker dollar could mean inflation will stick around longer. And a survey of 2,000 Americans found that 61% agree it's less tacky to be frugal than it was 10 years ago. In fact, the word no longer is looked down on. Respondents were likely to say it's more about being careful with money and avoiding unnecessary spending as opposed to being cheap. Conducted by Talker Research on behalf of the banking app Chime, being frugal means having money left over after paying bills and expenses or simply being able to put money into savings. From the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Jane King with your Morning Business Report.